we'll do one thing. We'll go back to the CII event because the big bull Rakesh Jhunjhunwala is speaking. Let's hear out his views.
We're in the throes of. I don't joke, remember, I'm not saying it for the sake of saying it. But in our Hindu culture, the blessing of elders is all. And of a wise man, an institution builder like you, we would always like to seek your blessings.
You've done very well. You've done very well.
Yeah. Rakeshji, Mr. Parekh is absolutely bullish on the Indian real estate. And he said in his 50 years, he's not seen.
And the capital market. And the capital market.
And the capital market. And the guru of capital market.
No, sir, it's not a question of the Indian stock market, Indian bull market. I could be wrong, but I don't think people are able to understand the implication of what is changing in India.
That's right.
See, if you look at history, it's a process, it's a chemistry. And if you look at all prosperous societies, they carry two essential qualities: skilled and hardworking people and a democracy. And we have both in abundance. It is only a tryst with socialism, with all due respect to Nehruji, that it has taken so many years for us to reach where we are. India needs nothing, a platform, the ease of doing business. And the way our society is getting digitized. And that skill does not belong to you, me, it belongs to every Indian. And today you people criticize, my servant has got a bank account. I could get a passport for him because he has got an Aadhaar card. I did so much business in the last 2 years from home.
When you have to.
So I don't think people are, and this change is going to accentuate with every passing year. And we have a government which does not believe in socialism and capitalism, it is believing in death. In the presentation I made to the Prime Minister, I said, India ka time aayega nahi, aa gaya hai. And I project, I'm telling you, 25 or 26, we are going to grow 10%.
Wow.
There's no question of, so you're talking of housing, 50 lakh employees, the software industry is going to take over the next 5 years. You have a market for 50 lakh houses. And with the development of metros, if you go to London, wherever you go, wherever the metro goes, housing has developed. So, Bombay is making 340 kilometers of metro. And it's being made in every, so that as the transport systems come, the potentiality for housing is going to go through the roof. Your cities are going to get decongested. And urbanization in India is today half of China, 45%. As urbanization comes, housing has to come.
Yeah, absolutely. I know, Mr. Parekh.
People call me a big bull. I tell them bulls are called bulls because they are big. What is big bull?
I was going to refer to you as the big bull. I will now not refer to you. Mr. Parekh, thank you, sir. You're most welcome to stay. I know you have to leave, but thank you very much once again for taking out the time and giving us your knowledge and setting the tone for the next couple of days.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I have the pleasure of introducing Rakeshji. We did a formal introduction, but I just wanted to do a very quick introduction. I'm very, very excited once again to have this chat with the fiery Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, who we all call India's own Warren Buffett. He's truly the investor with the Midas touch and a stock market king. And today I'm going to ask him where he sees the Indian real estate in the next 5 years. Rakeshji, I made some 5 questions, just very small little 5 questions to ask you.
Mr. Puri, first of all, let me correct you that the stock market has no kings. Anybody thought that he would like to be a king landed Arthur Road jail. So the market is the only king. And markets are like women, always commanding, always mistress, always uncertain, always volatile. And you can never really dominate a woman. Right? So you cannot dominate markets. Whether death, markets and women, you can't predict. You're big. And there has to be concentration on cost of whatever. And the development of metros will give us a lot of land available. I also feel one thing, that the government of India has to make effort like in America, where you digitize all the land records and the certification of the title is done digitally. I'm told in America,
Yes,
you can go and, because in a lot of places, especially Christian and Muslim land, there is, because of the peculiar laws of succession, there is a lot of problems.
I agree. So there were very two successful listings done, new listings, Lodha, Macrotech, and then Shriram Properties. What we understand from the market is that over the next couple of quarters, we're going to have 4 or 5 more listings coming up. Are you a big supporter of the new developers getting listed publicly?
Well, if I was a developer, I won't list.
You would not list.
Because it's not a business which is susceptible to list.
Because the stability of revenue.
And although the rates have now gone up, but the experience of people, they went to 1,300, then went to 80 rupees. So but I think good property people, large companies like Lodha, like DLF, who have large portfolios, should surely. But I don't understand what is the purpose of listing. Is it raising of capital, or is it raising of having succession, or? But what I think is, if you want to, you got to have size to list. You must ask Mr. Ravi Raj, he lists his hotels. Why doesn't he list his construction company?
What does he say, sir?
Pardon?
What does he say? Why does he not list his development company?
No, I didn't ask him.
But my understanding is that most of these are wanting to list it because they are wanting equity to come in, and so that they can go out and buy land.
No, but Anuj, the question is, as an entrepreneur, I treat others' money as free money, and where is the return on capital? Today, all blue chips have return on capital between 18 and 25%. Your return on capital is 6-7%. So you got to take steps to accentuate that return. Up till now, the real estate company has only burnt capital.
Understood. Absolutely. Sir, are you a supporter of the REIT listings?
I think there is great scope there. It's going to be a very big asset class. Because, I want to have rental income now. I can't organize a place, buy a rental from, we go buy it. And it is going to be an asset class by itself. Middle class people, upper middle class people, it's a big source of investment. I think rather than list my company, I would list the REITs.
Understood. Because the stability of income is there, the predictability of revenue is there.
And I'm very bullish on commercial real estate. Because if the Indian software industry is to grow 75% in the next 5 years, it's at least 50% of existing space occupied is needed.
Absolutely.
And I have no doubt that all these knowledge-based industries, whether it is software, pharma research, all of them are going to grow in India.
So just like in airline industry, it is very competitive and fraught with challenges, and yet you have gone ahead. and launched an ultra low cost airline. I just wanted to ask what led to this decision?
Well, I was telling Mr. Chandra that you are investing 18,000 crores in Air India, and we are investing $50 million in Akasa. I said, I hope I'm not living in a pipe dream. Then Rakesh will come and learn from me how you're doing it. But I think I have got a business plan. And, Ryanair was profitable from day one when 10 European national airlines have closed down. So we have a game plan. I think aviation market in India is far going to grow from where it is today. And in an industry where everybody is losing money, pricing has to improve. I think I've got a fantastic team. You cannot believe how I incentivize them.
Yes.
And see, I won't call it ultra low cost, I'll say frugality.
Frugality.
Right? And see, frugality is also a culture. Right? So we have to build that culture from day one.
Very true. Very true.
Anuj, others are happy that he is there in airline because it will definitely turn profitable with his Midas touch.
I'm not, I have a lot of people question why I started an airline. Rather than answer them, I said, I'm prepared for failure. It's better to have tried and failed than not tried at all. And today, the 80,000 crore is a market cap of Indigo. At least 50% of my top management is ex-Indigo. Right? So they bring the skill what Indigo was. Second thing is I am investing personally 275 crores. Right? The risk-reward ratio, if my airline can be a 10,000 crore market cap, and we have ordered 1/4 of the planes which Indigo has. That order is sealed and delivered. So Umeed par duniya kayam hai, and it's not that I bet my life on it or I've forgotten my wife's jewelry and done it. I've done it with my own money. So let us see. I am surprised at the way people are surprised. But I only tell them that, when I came to the stock market from a conservative Marwadi family, my mother said, who will marry you? Right? And everybody thought I'll fail and I'll have to take up a job. But I proved them wrong. So I hope to prove people wrong. Now it's not a matter of ego.
Sir, you have done so in several sectors on several occasions. So you will definitely change the face of Indian airline industry.
No, I will not change. See, Mr. Tyagarajan, never forget that we invest with informed ignorance. Because I invest in a jewelry company, I invest in a software company, I invest in a car vehicle company, I invest in a truck company, I invest in so many different. I can't know any businesses completely. And because that which is listed, the amount of information that can flow to me is limited. So therefore, we must realize that we invest in a future, that future is uncertain. We can only model it to a level. So the wisdom tells us, boss, you have to try and fathom the future and then wait for it. कल किसने देखा है भगवान के अलावा किसने? So I don't claim that I know. I don't. There is much known, but much. But luck favors the brave. That much I can say. And I've got guts, balls of steel. That much also.
So can we expect Mr. Jhunjhunwala to enter the real estate space on the civil lines as that you've entered the aviation in the near future?
बोलते हैं ना किसकी किस्मत नहीं चलती है आपको कोई प्रोजेक्ट और मुझे पार्टनर लोगे तो प्रोजेक्ट डूब जाए I invested in 4-5 projects but I made money in none and then I want to limit my activity also now so it's not likely I may build some partnership with some friends for renting out no I don't know in this stage.
So you are a role model for millions of people, millions and millions of people. I want to ask you today is who's your role model and where do you draw your inspiration from?
Well, the first role model from my life is my father. Second is the house of Tatas.
Nice.
Third, because what better thing can you do in life to, earn wealth and use it for the good of society? I mean, Mr. Jamshedji Tata, Mr. Dorabji Tata sold off the Option Diamond to make the Tata Memorial Hospital.
That's right.
Then, at age of 62, you realize that the average age in India is 70. You have finite life. You think of life beyond life. So then you feel what is the wealth? What purpose have you earned? So I think first my father gave me my morals, my thoughts, my guts, encouraged my curiosity. Second is the house of Tatas. I think for tenacity and sheer guts, I think Churchill. For the tenacity with which he saved the world in the Second World War. And for trading, I would say George Soros. For investing and for wisdom, Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. I think for wisdom.
Wow. Wow. And these are the people that you draw the inspiration as well from.
Yeah, inspiration, I really don't know, because I think there is much learned, but still much more to be learned. So the process to learn is a journey, not a destination. So inspiration, I don't know. I don't accept any guru and I don't accept any Swamiji and all that. I learn by doing an experience.
And my last two questions on the Indian real estate, sir, what can go wrong possibly?
I think a recession in the Indian economy.
That is true. Absolutely. Because we are really piggybacking on the economy. If the economy goes haywire, then obviously real estate will have trouble.
Right.
And
So that it is linked, it is essentially linked to urbanization and the growth of the economy. See, everybody wants to have a house. I mean, today I bought a house in 2006, 2005. I sold shares of CRISIL. If I had not sold the shares of CRISIL, that house is worth 45 crores. I bought for 27. I would have had 1,000 crore additional investment. But our psyche is we must own a house. Right? I also have that psyche that we have a house. And second thing is, you were talking about this rental for residential. I don't think it's really practical in it. Because the difference in interest rates is so great. At 6% yield, I don't think anybody can afford rental income except foreigners.
there is a specific question that has been asked is, do you see appetite for mid-sized real estate companies in capital markets?
Come again?
Do you see appetite for mid-sized real estate companies in capital markets? This is a question that people have, so one of the viewers has specifically said, can you please ask Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala?
It can be, see, but you got to examine, remember one thing, that the costliest form of finance is equity. And remember one thing, your equity shareholders are partners. Why are you inviting them? If you're thinking, I want to just raise capital and then bye-bye, see, because wealth also has a purpose. If you take investors' money and treat it lightly, what self-respect will you have? At the end of the day, you're going to ask yourself, no, what have I achieved in life? And the biggest thing you can achieve is respect, regard.
Absolutely.
So you have to be very conscious of the capital you raise, the purpose for it is you're raising it, and what kind of return you can get on that.
So one other question is are you bullish on the warehousing and industrial sector?
Very bullish on warehousing. Very bullish.
And that's reason is, sir, because of Make in India, e-commerce, all that.
No, because warehousing in India is still at a very initial stage. And
Yes.
storage will be needed. And a lot of companies now don't want to give the storage responsibility to the logistics provider.
So my last question on that. You're a big fan of Bollywood,
Yeah.
and I've seen that as well. Is there a character that you relate to in Bollywood?
Director.
Character. Is there an actor character that you relate to in Bollywood?
Not that I really recognize. Not any character in any movie I've seen who's.
Right. This is again a question that is being asked here.
Well, if they want to relate me to some character, I don't mind hearing.
One last request, sir, somebody is asking is that what's your views on co-working spaces?
I mean, they will survive. Somebody wants to have after a permanent office. See, I think someone who has 50 employees, 30 employees can have a co-working space. Because so many things are involved. I mean, I'm not personally very bullish. I could be wrong. Not that I have some idea or some great study of it. But off the cuff, I'm not very bullish. I'm not going to have 5,000 employees in a co-working space.
Yeah, I agree with you completely.
And a lot of companies are very secretive about their offices and access.
And finally, sir, your words of advice to the developers who are here. We have a number of developers, who are watching this.
Never forget your word is your bond. And don't promise people what you can't fulfill.
Don't promise people what you can't fulfill. Mr. Bhuvanarari, that's what Mr. Jhunjhunwala is saying is
wise words, wise words.
Very wise words. Absolutely. Don't promise what you can't fulfill.
No. What will happen is that if you are responsible, in time you'll get a premium price. See, growth is a process and it has many ingredients. Right? And reputation, timely delivery, good quality, it will compensate you with higher, better prices.
Growth is a process and what were your words? Very, very, very well said.
Growth is a process. Timely delivery, quality. Right? We give you a reputation which will give you premium price. But one thing I wonder that, or I told Mr. Rajesh Singh also, why don't all these developers go into big affordable houses? See, today development is nothing but land speculation and your ability to get access. Right? I don't know, worldwide also, people are not really able to, I've not heard of any big developer of affordable housing. I think that's where India's real opportunity.
So there's one developer here, Mr. Pradeep Agarwala. He runs a company called Signature Global in NCR. The biggest affordable housing person.
Right.
Really.
He should list.
He's listing. In the next 4-5 months, he'll be listing.
No, because there, margin may be 6-7%, but volume is there, no? And question, what is it? See, any company whose return on capital is between 18 and 20%, and whose cash flows are 80% of profit, he's quoted at 25 times earnings. I'm talking of sustainable.
Yes.
So, in affordable housing, I can turn around a project in 2 years. So even if my earning on the capital is 30% of what I invested, I get a 15% return.
Right.
And Manisha, your answer also Rakesh ji has given. Manisha Natarajan sir, whom you know well, she's also asked this question. Would you invest in a company doing only affordable housing, even if the margin are as low as 7 to 8%?
So what is the volume and what is the return on capital? And what is the potentiality?
Absolutely, sir.
I want to only conclude with telling you that in 2010 they said, always buy land. Mark Twain said you can't produce more land. In 2018 they said never buy land. Right? So these are the extremes that people. I mean, I got bullish in 2017-18. It's taken time, but I think the real estate sector is in for a very, and the consolidation is really going to help.
Sir, if you are bullish on the real estate sector, I can tell you it will do exceptionally well.
I hope, sir. I hope I'm right. Pray I'm right.
Going by his past record, we can all write it to the bank only.
So because if there is prosperity in India, the first thing you want to buy is a house. And I don't see this 6.5% loans which we are getting today. I think 7.5%, 8% will be maximum. No, because they see the banks have an advantage that they get a customer for 20 years. And defaults in housing loans is very, very low. And I think real estate developers are all going to get money at 10, 11%. Good ones.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your time. We're always blessed.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Always blessed. You take out the time and come and address.
Anytime, yeah.
No. Very, very kind. You've got Pradeep Agarwal, sir, from Signature Global. You have Baman Rustamji, whom you would know well.
Yeah.
There's Shriram Properties as well, Murli, who's just got listed a couple of quarters ago from Shriram Properties, based out of Bangalore. And then Manisha Natarajan is going to follow up from your session.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. God bless you.
God bless.
Thank you.